Psychological safety. It's a hot topic in mining in workplaces across Australia. No, it's not psychosocial. We're talking about psychological safety. We're talking about Amy Edmondson and, raising concerns or expressing yourself, having a voice, having an opinion without fear of repercussion, right? And so if we're a leader and we're in mining or FIFO and we have a team that don't feel comfortable raising concerns because they're worried about how it's going to be perceived. I think about recently one of the guys sharing, he just had a breakup and it was really hard. His partner had taken off with the kids. She blocked him on all social media on that swing, right? And so he had a complete meltdown. He shared it within the group. Essentially, he got told to harden up. He was in a very, very vulnerable space and he got told to harden up. So what do you think that's going to do in terms of psychological safety? Or as Amy Edmondson talks about, expressing yourself or having a voice without fear of repercussion, right? That's definitely a repercussion. Being told to harden up, essentially your feelings, your emotional state, what's happening in your life doesn't matter. And so if you're a leader and you're in that position with a team who don't feel safe, how can you flip that on its head? How can you create that safety and compel people, create the confidence, create the safety for them to share and raise concerns so that you can build that capacity so that they feel comfortable? Now, I think about being at FMHG, I think it was Christmas Creek or Cloudbreak, maybe Chrissy Creek, and they had for the supervisors a round table, right? For a lot of people, that would create, the leader especially, that would create a massive moment of fear because it's like, oof, I've got all my supervisors in one room around this table and they're all here for one particular reason, and that's to raise their concerns or their issues. And so as a superintendent, the fear would be, oh my God, but what if everyone here has an issue with me? And so it takes a level of empathy for self, empathy for the people, but it also takes non-attachment to the way that you're perceived, right? And a willingness to have a growth mindset and say, hey, if there is something raised, how can I do that better? Why I bring this up is because I think the power of the round table is the building of that capacity to raise issues in a safe environment. Of course, it's going to take a bit of practice. If you're someone who has never shared your opinion before because you're worried you're going to be grilled, if you're someone who you're afraid to share your opinion in a healthy, respectful way, you're probably going to share it in a way that's abrupt, in a way that's blunt. A lot of people in mining are super blunt and they think that's an awesome thing until we talk about, no, you're probably just afraid of being wrong. You're probably just afraid of the conversation not going the way that you want it to. So you're blunt as a defense mechanism, right? But if you're in those positions as a person, it's gonna take time to get comfortable speaking, raising concerns, raising issues in a healthy, respectful way, while being open to being wrong, while being open to taking responsibility for the way that you've contributed to that issue or concern. And so through that round table, if you do it consistently enough, and as a leader, if you show up with that growth mindset, willing to be open, willing to be wrong, you end up creating that for your team, and that's what I've seen to work on site. So again, if you're looking to create psychological safety in your team, please consider roundtables, consider allowing people to build their capacity to raise those concerns without fear of repercussion. And over time, as they do, also get better at communicating and raising those concerns in a healthy and respectful way. It takes away the charge, it takes away the potential tension, and then hopefully it allows us to resolve those issues or concerns so that they don't filter throughout the team and compound over time, deteriorating that culture, that safety, and ultimately that psychological safety. Cheers.